Tim and Tony podcast brings you
the Mild Manner Movie Review with your host, Tim
and Tony. On this week's episode, we will be talking about the Avengers.
along with everything else happening in the geek world.
Are you good? Are you not entertained?
Cool party.
Great Scott!
I have an army. We have a Hulk.
But don't forget,
Welcome to Earth. I'll be back.
Gideon Malik.
Ball like a girl!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
we came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Fucking spectacular!
All right, how was your
Okay.
past week?
It's been pretty good. I haven't done much of anything. Actually, I've been cleaning out my basement a lot more. So now I can actually store stuff.
Nice.
And there's a ton of Halloween stuff.
I know, yeah, I've seen a small sliver of it.
I think we have most of the stuff out now, and then I also went through to find my old toy box to see if I could find anything for.
Anything good?
There's a lot of good stuff.
So you've been pretty busy. Just playing in the basement.
No,
Tony, come up for dinner. No.
bring it down. Bring it down here. No, I haven't been playing with my 100 of Hot Wheels cars and stuff.
Just zipping them through. Well,
But it's been going. As far as movies and stuff, not too much.
we did get our Shazam tickets.
Yes, Shazam tickets, and you did get Endgame tickets
Yes.
before no one in the world could get it anymore.
Yeah. So we have those to
Also,
look forward
Chris is
to.
working, so we got to find someone else to go.
Okay. We need to find a fifth.
Fifth.
Yeah. Mike is.
Oh, sweet.
coming.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That
So we have 5 tickets, yeah. So someone's sitting by themselves. I'm not worried.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Just me and my large popcorn bucket and large drink. Maybe I want to go cry it by myself.
So you're gonna sit next to a popcorn bucket, and then someone else is gonna sit next to a random person. Hey, Luch, can I sit next to you? No.
This is reserved.
You lift up the arm thing, and you're just
Just lay down.
lay it.
My candy and popcorn. I'll take my candy and popcorn and go cry when we see Hawkeye's family dust away.
Well, this past week,
You've been busy. It
I
seems
did
like.
finish Miracle Workers on TBS. It's 7 episodes, and they're a half hour. Yeah,
Oh, so it's not that
but
long.
it's with Steve Buscemi, who plays God.
That show,
Radcliffe plays
okay,
Angel. It's hysterical.
It's such an odd pairing and.
He plays one of my. I think he might beat Morgan Freeman for God.
Wow.
Very different take on God, though.
He's more hands off from what I've seen.
Yes. And then I did finish Justice League season 1, so that took me a couple weeks. But
That show's so good.
yeah, I started season 2. Can't remember. I think I'm only an episode in. I don't think I finished. No, I finished because it starts with Apocalypse. Darkseid needs help from Brainiac, but it was a trick.
See, why can't they just make the animated movies all the time? They're so good.
Yeah, so I watched that, and then we've been talking to a few people. So I don't know if anyone's listening that would like to join a comic book club.
Yeah, we have been talking.
Yes. So we're gonna pick a book, and meet every 4 to 6 weeks or so
Give everyone enough time to be sure
to read it. Yeah, and then planning to meet up with. We have
everyone.
6 people said they were interested.
Oh, damn.
Us 2, and then 4 others.
4 other people.
Yeah, so even if you're not in the Chicagoland area, we'll let people know what the books are, and
You can read along with us and comment and.
yeah, so we'll probably try to meet or at least start a group chat and pick a book soon,
Yeah,
and then that way we
cool.
can meet in the summer.
Yeah, especially if it's a DC book. Most of their and if anyone has
Yeah.
DC Universe, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, but
Yes.
That wouldn't be a bad place to start.
Yes.
Oh, I did start picking up with Young Justice where I left off for the new season.
For season 3.
Yeah.
It started a little slow.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's kind of like we're picking up the story, but it's still like.
Did you meet Forager yet?
No.
I
think I'm the second
Forager
episode.
was literally in the Justice League episode.
Oh, really?
Season 2, episode 1, and he looks very, very different. Like he looks. Justice League did like the comic book version where they made him more like a bug in Young Justice. I was like, oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, but that's it for new stuff. So let's jump right into our first segment.
Clark Kent's just a mild-mannered reporter.
He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
General, haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press?
I'm not a cop. I'm a reporter.
Gossip,
You should
rumors,
laugh twice
panic in the
after that
streets.
one.
We're lucky.
Vicky Vale. I'm intrigued by
Also, I got
Alex's
another
giant bat story.
Note about this scene.
Oh, the right.
trivia.
The Batman.
Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
Police won't help. The press has to do the right thing.
You serious?
Serious? First up on the docket, Mark Hamill to voice Chucky in Child's Play reboot.
That's gonna be terrifying.
Yeah,
Is what that's gonna be.
yeah. He did. Did you watch the video?
No,
of him
I didn't
announcing
watch
it?
the video.
Yeah. He did. I don't think. I don't know when we're gonna hear the voice.
It's
but
just
I'm
gonna
sure,
be the Joker. Like, that's
Yeah,
all you're gonna be hearing.
much creepier. Yeah. I hope that's all I hear is the Joker, because then it wouldn't be as terrifying as.
You'd at least know a little bit more,
Yeah.
feel a little bit more comfortable
Yeah.
with it. And then next up, Krypton will be on DCU in April 5th. So probably Krypton, yes, probably the day this comes out. Maybe
yeah.
maybe tomorrow. We'll see how. Yeah, that's going to be on there. So now I can catch up with season 1
Yeah.
because I
Great
think
show.
season 2's coming out
End of this
end
month.
of the month. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're giving you enough time now.
Oh, to be able, yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Next up, Umbrella Academy gets a season 2 officially. No word yet on what they're gonna do. What? Don't you dare!
That's exactly what.
I thought you were gonna. If you played it, that'd be worse.
Oh, no, I totally should have. I think we're alone now.
If you haven't
I haven't seen season 1, but I know that.
episode 1. Great scene. But now that song's gonna be stuck in my head forever.
Yes, it will. Like I said, I added to my my song playlist, my drive playlist from like from Baby Driver. And then also DCU is going to reportedly have their entire online catalog be available for comics.
So this is perfect, as
This is
we were
gonna be-
talking about for our comic book
Club.
But it's funny though, because on their like website, because I was watching something during my lunch, but the first 2 stories that they're like advertising are Crisis on Infinite Earths and Brightest Day, which I bought
really?
both of those.
Oh,
I was like, are you kidding me? Now you guys know.
See, I almost like if you would just want to read a book, that'll be fun. Like online's fine, like just like Marvel Unlimited. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Some
Marvel's
I haven't
got
liked the book.
pretty much
They've had pretty much everything too. Yeah.
Maybe not some of the very, very old stuff, but
Yeah, but
because they have so many runs of stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Where
it's-
at least DC's like, I don't know, a little.
they reboot it every 5 years, so it's
Yeah.
like they get the collections anyway. Also, Swamp Thing is going to premiere May 31st.
Yeah,
So
so
another
another
show.
yours, since it was
That-
DC
it makes sense,
news.
yeah. So another show that DC.
And we
DC
haven't really seen any ads for this one.
No,
Whereas,
they
like,
really haven't started.
Doom
anything.
Patrol, I thought we got a few.
It
going
was a lot
into it.
more like ramping up right before, but
Even images of them we saw before before Titans. We got a lot of stuff. It seems
you know what,
like.
maybe now that they released Joker stuff, maybe
we'll get it.
we'll get it in the next couple weeks or so.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was news coming up. That's later.
Then Ezra Miller is out as the Flash supposedly.
Yeah.
I guess I think at first I thought it was because he didn't want to write the script. I guess he did write the script though.
I read that they did like write one and sent it in.
Just him and Grant Morrison, and it was on a very different tone than where they want to go. But I understand why he wants to go darker because we have a Flash show that is
super like
bright, and I mean they do have their dark episodes, and lately they've been getting darker but like it's still a very funny the main tone of the whole show though. So
and kind of another news tangent, but like Zack Snyder keeps coming out and just dropping like if he why just why.
I just want to find out I just want to sit down and ask him, tell me the whole story. I don't care how long it takes.
I don't even care if the CG is finished. Just give it.
I just want to know what his arc was going to be, because I think it was going to be pretty cool.
He said it like a lot of the stuff he's been like, this is what I was going to do. Mm-hmm. This guy was going to show up. This is why I had this part in it. It's like, oh man, just.
And I knew it was that Flash scene in Batman vs Superman was going to pay off eventually, but now it never will.
He set it up so big, and now they're just like, nope, that never happened. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and now it makes no sense
what
after
dream
watching.
Scene?
Yeah. But, but he was getting a lot of flack for saying Superman and Batman would kill, or...
I could see both sides of it, to where it's like, because Batman's only rule, and has been forever, has been like, no guns, period. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Flashpoint, everyone loves that, but that Batman's killing everybody.
And, like, I don't know, he could get away with saying, like, oh, none of those people actually died. They're just very injured. I've played the Arkham games. That Batman just wrecks people, so...
He's got a tank.
That runs them over and electrocutes them. If they're not dead, I don't know. Everyone's fine with that, though. No one questions whether they're alive.
See, that's why I'm like, when he's like, everyone should just grow up, and like, I'm like, yeah, fine. Like,
I just assume they're
darker. Like the Man of Steel going like the darker tones, like showing how he struggles with it. That's cool.
Yeah.
People just want something to be mad about.
They do.
And then last up, Avengers Endgame presale tickets crashed all movie sites.
Yes.
for several hours. Basically the entire morning. I heard, like, I tried going on AMC, it wouldn't even load. It's like the site didn't exist
at all for the however many hours. And then Fandango
was you could get to it, but you waited, like,
you were in line, and then after a while it would just say line paused because AMC wasn't working.
Like there are no more spots.
I guess some websites were, like Atom is another one that was working. But they only get so many seats that they can sell.
There was one, I forget what it was. I think it was AMC actually. They were doing like a special screening where it's the same thing, but you get like a coin.
Yeah,
which I totally wanted to do. But I'm sure those coins will be on eBay
for
10 minutes after. So, and now that we're done with news, now it looks like it's time to talk about some new trailers.
Coming
nope.
soon to a theater near you.
Coming soon to a theater near you. First up, we have Godzilla King of the Monsters. We got a third trailer.
Showed us more fights. I think it's gonna.
And they said there's like 20.
There's a lot of
kaiju. Like,
ridiculous amount.
Are we just doing like March Madness style? Like, whoever wins moves on.
Yeah, I think it's gonna open with him with that scene where they're like, "Oh, do you want us to be Godzilla or Godzilla to be our pet?" And then they're gonna be like, "No, we're gonna be his." And I think it's just gonna be a montage of him wrecking kaiju until
Which would be totally awesome.
That's what I'm thinking. How they start? That's how I would start it, like a montage. Maybe 10 or 20 minutes of him just killing them.
Taking out like the lesser known guys, like,
and then like
the big three or like the last
ones that he faces all of them at the same time or something like that.
That would be cool.
I think that would be if they're gonna put like 20 in there, that would.
If you say there's 20 of them and you show like 4, people are gonna get upset.
Because I mean, like picturing like Pacific Rim when they showed them all fighting them all, right? Like, it's something like that along those lines.
Oops. That was cool.
Backed out.
Also, there's so many people in this movie.
Yeah.
It seems like now, it's kind of since the Marvel's taken over. Yes. Also from The Conjuring, like all those. But it seems like after the Marvel started taking off, like ensemble movies and like 10 plus big name actors is a standard now for most movies.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. That one is going to be an IMAX one, I think, for sure. Next up, we got a Brightburn new trailer. This looks more and more terrifying.
See,
It started off like,
this is like way,
a cool idea,
this is
but now
like
it's
way dark.
very, very dark. Because we almost get a lot of the scene of him killing this waitress, who I'm guessing is like his bully's mom or something.
Probably.
But like she's got like glass in her eye and she's pulling it. And I was like, oh god.
That alone, like, okay, breaking all the glass, yes, that's dangerous. And then like having it one stuck in your eye.
And then she's like, and then the worst part is they show her point of view and there's just blood.
It's just like, oh man, this is gonna be a ride.
Yeah, it looks terrifying.
We also got a trailer for The Dead Don't Die, which was a total surprise. I did not see this coming at all. But it's basically a zombie movie with Adam Driver and Bill Murray.
There was
and a bunch of other people.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's.
God, I'm blanking on. This is another cast that's huge too.
Yeah, it's like a lot of big names. They even went through like
the deadpan humor, like Adam Driver delivering
Adam
lines.
Driver is hilarious. Like, I don't think this is not gonna go the way I told you this was not gonna go.
Yeah, I played some baseball. It's just like you got that was a good swing.
Even Bill Murray's like, hey, you got a good swing there, kid. You used to play some little league ball, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like exactly. That deadpan humor is just.
I can't wait for this one. It looks great. This will hold me over till Zombieland 2.
Yes.
The next up, this one we got a couple weeks ago, but we haven't been doing the news the last couple. But Dora the Explorer trailer came out.
Yes.
Also, Danny Trejo is voicing Boots, which I think
Danny Trejo's Boots and isn't Benicio Swiper?
Swiper, yeah. Which
we don't really see them, or they don't talk. We see Boots.
We see Boots. I don't know.
Talk.
I'm guessing Swiper's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Benicio though. I don't think he's gonna be animated.
Right? No.
It'd be weird.
I don't know.
I could either way.
It's an interesting take. They're kind of like going like George of the Jungle.
And it's kind of like a Spy Kids type thing.
Oh, yeah, very much Spy Kids.
Her parents are adventurers, and then now she's going to become one.
Michael Pena.
Yes. Yeah, it looks decent, though.
And then also another new one to me that I'd heard a lot about, but I didn't know.
You didn't see any of the first trailers?
No. I heard a lot about it, and then when I Googled this one, I'm like, oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
The extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile. The Ted Bundy Netflix one?
Yeah, with Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
I didn't know it was Netflix, actually, until this trailer.
Yeah. But it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that'll be a crazy, creepy story, I'm sure.
Yeah, can't wait for that. That one comes out soon, too, I believe.
Yes, I believe it does.
And then our last two, we got two big ones. But the first one was revealed today was Joker. The Joaquin Phoenix one, and
which I kind of dig it. I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I can get behind this.
He looks so creepy, like super skinny, and
we'll see how it fits in and what they plan on doing, if they even plan on. Yeah, go ahead, in case there's any food left. But yeah, I mean, she knows. I mean, I like the look.
Yeah, and then like we see what Bruce Wayne kind of as a kid. I'm guessing that's who it is. It glimpses at him.
Oh, that the kid where he puts like a smile on his face.
I think so. That's what everyone's saying. And then Thomas Wayne, the guy who was in Dark Knight Rises, and I can't remember his name, Brett Cullen or something like that.
Okay.
But he's playing Thomas Wayne. We get a glimpse of him. I think he's the one saying like these guys are masked and like that voiceover of him talking. Yeah, but his Joker looks good. Yeah. I mean, not too much.
Right, it's not over the top. It's like, okay, you can kind of see the progression.
Dye his hair. Yeah, he dyes his hair, and then I wonder if they are gonna at the end though do something where he either gets scarred or. I don't see him falling in a vat of.
I mean, he's already got the makeup.
The makeup on.
So I would accept that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm interested. It's October, I believe. October like 5th or something. So I'll be waiting for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then last up, Endgame. Avengers Endgame got a third TV spot final trailer, maybe.
Yeah, for the ticket sales.
The ticket sale, yeah. Which showed a lot more.
I still don't know.
Of what might be in the movie. Well, that's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
It showed a lot of what could be in the movie.
So if it is the first 20 minutes, I'm thinking they fight Thanos right off the bat. Fail.
It's either... Because I read something, too, that I was like, oh, that makes sense. Where Thanos comes with the Outriders to the Avengers headquarters.
Ooh.
Because
he goes there and fights them?
That's where... Like, Hawkeye's in that, like, tunnel that blows up.
Mm.
And,
Okay.
like, it kind of looks like...
It could be
I read
them in
could
that
be a
tunnel.
possibility. I don't know, man. Anything we say could be right or it could be completely off.
Yeah.
They could be like, no, we're fighting on the moon.
Yeah, and the people we see in the spaceship don't necessarily have to be in the ship or even at the Avengers headquarters.
Right. And also they're all wearing their own uniforms, not like a group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, the scene looked cool when they're all in the Benatar and it's like flying.
Save all the trailers and then watch them afterwards and be like, they lied so many times.
There's gonna be so many movies like comparing what's in, or like videos. Okay, now that we're done with the newest trailers, looks like it's time for some TNT trivia.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus!
I'm Batman.
I'm Wayne Brady Betts!
I am your father.
I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman.
I am the Clit Commander.
Yes, I'm Batman.
I'm rich, guys.
This week, the theme is the Avengers.
All right. Do you want to go first? I believe.
Yeah, I can go first.
Because last week Departed, we went in order.
Yes, that's correct. My Who Am I? Is...
I don't like that you're scrolling and...
It's just throwing you off, man. First movie, Margin Call. Second movie, Captain America Civil War. 3, Master and Commander. And 4, A Knight's Tale.
It's Paul Bettany.
Yes, it is. I feel like you knew that pretty early on.
Yeah. I had a sneaking suspicion. Random facts about him.
Let's go back to his page. Random facts. He had to wear a wig for the Da Vinci Code because when they bleached his hair, the bleach burned bleeding holes in his head.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
Also, I think that was the first thing I ever saw him in was the Da Vinci Code, and I didn't realize that was him. I was just like, who is this dude? Like,
just thought they cast an albino.
yeah.
Albino monk.
I'm going to go with the first thing. He gave up smoking in 2005 after seeing his 2-year-old son imitating him with a pen. So that's 2 of my Who Am I quit smoking.
Yeah. You're just going to find that fact every time.
Yes, apparently. And then also he is married to Jennifer Connelly. I'll leave that as my last fact.
All right. My Who Am I? Captain America, Civil War. Margin Call. Master and Commander, and A Knight's Tale.
I had more than a little sneaking suspicion. Huh. That'll be Paul Bettany.
That is correct.
What are your interesting facts about Paul Bettany?
I love A Knight's Tale, so that's why I picked him. But he developed laryngitis after filming A Knight's Tale because of all the yelling he had to do as Geoffrey Chaucer. And then my second one is very similar to your second one. His wife, Jennifer Connelly, have both been in Marvel movies. He's been Jarvis and Vision, and she has been Betty Ross and the voice in Spider-Man. I think Karen in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Mm-hmm. As soon as you said Margin Call, I was like, I know this one. I was like,
I think that's the first time we've done that. Then,
yeah, in the new way.
New way.
Yeah, and I was as you're reading the facts, I was like, "Oh, I've read that one." I was trying not to say that.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Oh, I knew that.
Okay, and then my random facts about the movie. Number one, Robert Downey Jr. kept food hidden all over the lab set, and apparently no one in the production team could find where it was, so they just let him continue to do it. Yeah. In the movie, that's the actual food that he's offering, and when he was eating, it wasn't scripted. He was just hungry on set. My number two fact, Tony Stark casually refers to 3 of the other main characters, mainly Loki, Thor, and Hawkeye, as either movie characters or movie titles. He called Loki Reindeer Games, Thor Point Break, and Hawkeye Legolas.
It's hard to catch that Legolas one.
It's very quick. It's when he
goes to lift him up.
Cap tells Hawkeye to be the lookout. Mm-hmm. He's like, all right, hang on, Legolas, or something like that.
It's like, tighten up.
Yeah. Number 3, the overall premise of the film is very similar to the pilot episode for the animated television series Justice League, which is based on the DC Comics counterpart. In both storylines, the team of superheroes bands together for the first time in the wake of a pending alien invasion. I wrote that down because...
Yeah. It is very... They are very... Now I'm thinking about it. They are very similar. All right, my 3. Let's see. Oh, there was very few times that everyone was in town at once. But on the one night that they were, Chris Evans sent a text message that simply said, "Assemble." Prompting a night out on the town. And Clark Gregg has told the story and stated that this is his favorite text message that he has ever received.
That is awesome.
Assemble. My second one is Tom Hiddleston revealed in an interview with The Guardian that the code name for this film early in its production was Group Hug. And the last one, it took Marvel 3 tries with the MPAA to grant the film PG-13 instead of R. Because of Agent Coulson's death scene. Originally, Loki's staff was seen bursting through his chest. Instead, a gruesome sound effect was added after Loki appears behind him, and then a quick cut to Thor's reaction instead. And
actually, the version I watched, you see it go through.
Yeah,
it like comes through him, and you hear the sound.
So I wonder if
stays
it's
there for
extended,
a second, and then it
extended version, then maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, I could see how that would be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe they had to go like very far through his chest, and because it only
I was bursting through. Then it would probably be like he put it through and then it shot it. So that would have been crazy.
Okay, now it's time for our main event, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Hold on to your butts.
Another one where it works. This week, we will be talking about Earth's mightiest heroes who must come together and learn to fight as a team if they are going to stop the mischievous Loki and his alien army from enslaving humanity in the Avengers.
And I believe we have a trailer.
Yes, we do.
Zoop. You gotta make one when we go back.
You were made to be ruled. In the end, will be every man for himself.
I don't remember this trailer at all.
Yeah. That's in the movie.
It's a very dark trailer.
It is.
What do we do?
We get ready.
I don't think it was. I don't remember this trailer.
There was an idea.
This might be a fan trailer, to be
Together
honest.
Could be.
a group of remarkable people.
No, official.
So when we needed them, they could fight the battles.
The music choice is very interesting.
Gentlemen, what are you prepared to do?
No offense, but I don't play well with others.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that away. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
This has gotta be a fan trailer. I do not remember.
Maybe they switched the song.
Yeah, maybe.
If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it.
I don't know. It could. I mean,
It could be.
this was 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was before.
Your work is unparalleled, and I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into
Hello,
an
that
cream
rage
sponsor.
monster.
Thanks.
Who's it? Who did?
Oh, Marvel Entertainment.
Yeah.
So,
See,
okay.
it is a real trailer.
I do not remember that trailer at all.
It's a good trailer. All right, top
okay.
5. If you want to lead.
Top 5. I will go first. Yes. Number 1, the.
Number 1, or I'll save you this time.
You know what? Why don't
I
we?
should have waited.
You,
I should have waited.
this is your fault.
again.
Why don't you number it? Honorable
I'll switch it from now on. It's going to be honorable mentions down on the outline.
I was totally like, what do you? Oh boy!
It would have been funnier if I let you go all the way through again. But I would.
I think I would have been more upset. Oh, okay.
Tony just breaking all the rules.
I do what I want. My honorable mention for my top 5.
It's kind of ironic. Your first honorable mention.
And you know what? I was gonna read yours. I was looking at yours. I'm like,
I didn't write that.
my first honorable mention, the humor in the movie.
Yes.
Just it seemed like there's a lot of it, like in parts where you could be like, they probably shouldn't have been funny there, but they went for it and it all worked.
Mm-hmm.
My second honorable mention is a movie like this actually worked, where you have this many people and this many stories, like converging.
Combining, yeah.
It had never really happened before.
No.
Not on this scale.
Yeah, no.
And then it worked, and it spawned a ton of other stuff that really worked.
22 other movies.
Yeah.
Well,
Mostly.
18.
All the nods and quotes to previous solo movies and backstories. So like Captain America not knowing a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah. We get to, I mean, they even show him his flashbacks of the first Avenger. Where
Right,
he's
yeah.
talking to Peggy and then goes in the ice.
There's a couple where it's like, oh yeah, he's the leading in Gamma Tech, and he's like, oh well, he apparently didn't do that well, like referencing the Hulk.
Or last time I was in New York, I broke
Harlem.
Harlem.
Yeah, that's like directly referencing the movie. So just like all of those throughout.
I mean, like even the side characters being in it, Selvig.
Like
being
yeah,
in it,
exactly.
Pepper Potts.
Pepper,
like
yeah.
they didn't really need her, but it's cool seeing.
It's like which brings me to that scene earlier when Phil like breaks in.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any shoes on, and RDJ like had to wear like platforms because she's much taller than him. So they did that to kind of offset it. But then my number 5 is when everyone meets Cap for the first time, and they all kind of like fan out over him. Besides like Tony, but like Banner's like the whole thing was he was trying to replicate it.
Yeah.
So it's like that was cool to get to meet him. And Coulson just being like, hey, I watched you while you were asleep. I mean, I was present while you were unconscious.
Yeah.
And then when he gives Hawkeye an order, he's like, it would be my genuine pleasure. Like everyone knows who Captain America is, so it's like that giddiness of meeting somebody. Number 4, the big battle or the Battle of New York. It was just like the first big alien full-scale battle, and it was so cool.
With all of them too.
With everyone, you get the 360 shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just great. And then I had to put this one on there, and I had because I didn't have it on there, so I swapped one of my honorable mentions. But the score / the theme for this is epic.
I don't think I have that, but yes, I'm glad you wrote that because it
plays at like the perfect parts.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones that's you're gonna hear it from now till the end of time and know
it's on par for like the Batman, the Superman, all the like Star Wars, like it's
pretty much all
level.
John Williams.
Exactly. Yeah. That's like a part of his.
He didn't do this one.
No,
though, right?
no,
Okay.
but
I was gonna say if he did,
that's like on that level though.
It is, yes.
Number 2, just Tony's interactions between Cap and with Banner. I love this scene. He's kind of like, oh, like this is the guy my dad was so impressed with. Like he's kind of cold to him, but like he still kind of respects him. Like it's Captain America. Mm-hmm. And then him just trying to get the Hulk out of Banner.
Yeah,
like, the entire time. Like, I'm a big fan of how you lose control. Going to big green range monster.
You would love Stark Towers. 10 floors of R&D. It's like a playground.
And then my number 1 is the Germany scene. Mostly, like the whole thing, but mostly when Iron Man hijacks the PA system and Shoot to Thrill comes on.
Yes.
Like that's just... I love that scene.
You miss me? He flies in, yeah. That is a good one. All right. I almost read yours. My honorable mentions. I love the $10 joke. It's like, I'll bet you $10 I can surprise you, or what was it, to shock you? Or...
It's like, oh, I've been asleep for like 7 years. Not much can surprise me.
Yeah.
Like, $10 says I can.
Yeah.
You can.
And he pays him like right away. And then like them setting up small things, like Agent Sitwell is on the helicarrier, and he's a Hydra agent. Spoiler alert. And then Malik as one of the
as an Ultra Hydra agent.
Yeah. As one of the council members,
like World Security Council or something.
Yeah. But that was cool seeing him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. then later on, like knowing that he was in this.
How they took like a small part like this and then wove it into
a
whole season basically.
Yeah. And then the cast, like it's crazy. Like Chris Hemsworth was like an unknown pretty much going into Thor.
He was on Dancing with the Stars before.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
And then like even them getting Mark Ruffalo was a great second choice after Edward Norton.
Right. Oh yeah. Apparently he was up for the role in The Incredible Hulk. Mm-hmm. Like they wanted him, but he couldn't do it, or they wanted Norton to do it.
Yeah, but Nick Fury and then Coulson and even Maria Hill, like Robin from How I Met Your Mother.
I guess that one, because it's Joss Whedon that did it. Lily.
Oh yeah.
Because since she was in Buffy.
Yeah.
Suggested
her
for it.
Colby Smollett
suggested her for the role, and that's how she got it.
Good to know.
Supposedly.
Yeah, just the cast is great. Then my number 5 is Cap and Coulson, just the sleeping scene, and then like, they're mint condition, the cards. Like, could you sign them? Like, no problem.
I mean, if it's no trouble, yeah.
Then like that he was the catalyst too. I thought was pretty cool to bring them all together.
Yeah, that was.
Although like he's not dead.
Which like it'll be interesting to see moving forward, as in like Endgame, if anyone had,
like finds out.
Because supposedly he's like,
well, now he's really dead though, isn't he?
Now he's supposedly really dead. But even then, who really knows? And I read
For
somewhere.
6 years,
I read somewhere
he's been
like
faking.
Cap has the appropriate level clearance where he should be able to know
that Coulson's alive.
Be like able to figure it out. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Then my number 4 is Hulk versus the brothers, Loki and Thor. When he fights Thor on the ship, and then I just love the punch during the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
It's just great.
It's like foreshadowing too.
Yes, it is. And then him and Loki fighting, or not fighting, but like him destroying
him around.
And like a lot of these like lead into like Ragnarok used a lot of
it really
like,
played
from this. Yeah, like we have to get off this planet. like that, and like,
or even like
one of my quotes, the Point Break one, like that. They use that, and
another one, in Ragnarok when Thor tells the story of how he's like a snake and then jumped out and stabbed him, like he stabs him. It's like oh no, we'll do it together, and then boom, stabs him.
Yeah, but like, just this movie spawned out a lot of good scenes from other movies. Then my number 3 is the Germany one. I like when Loki's making them all kneel, and then Cap jumps out of nowhere and saves that guy. What is it? The last time I was in Germany and someone stood above the rest, we didn't agree. And then they just start fighting. And then Thor and Iron Man fight was pretty cool.
Yeah, in the forest.
And that vibranium is stronger than
Milan.
Number 2 is the humor. I've already quoted a bunch of some of the good ones. Was it Flying Monkeys? Oh, I got that one.
Everyone like rolling their
eyes. And my last one is the Battle of New York. The whole fight, but specifically I love when Banner shows up and Cap gives everyone their jobs.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
He like falls right in. He's like, all right, you do this. You go there.
Yeah, I think
we need you to do this.
Stark's like, all right, what do we do, Cap?
Yeah.
Like, all right, you do that. Hulk, smash. Yeah. And that's my top 5.
Okay. So now we're going to move into some problems with the movie. My number 1 is... is it really the Mind Stone in the scepter?
Yes.
Okay.
Because then...
Totally forgot. It's in a later movie.
In the next one, in Age of Ultron.
Oh, that's right. They
break
have the
scepter.
staff.
Yeah, that's what makes
Maximov's, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally forgot about but then my problem is that the Mind Stone's blue.
I think that once they crush it, though, doesn't it turn yellow? I don't know. We'll have to watch the next one.
I was going to say, I haven't seen Ultron besides like when it came out.
Time, yeah.
But in any case, it's blue.
Okay.
I mean, I guess they're trying to like keep it connected, like the Tesseract gives it the source.
It seems like they didn't really know where they were going.
Exactly. That's probably
at this
more
point. I don't think they did. I think
only one person did, and that was Kevin Feige. He's like,
I don't think
wouldn't this be cool if? And then
but I think this was the culmination of what he was originally thinking. Then they're like, wait a minute, let's go bigger, and like then they started doing what they're doing now,
right?
To get
more of that.
To get to
that makes sense.
Because I think he like had a petition to get Thanos at the end credit scene.
I think
Whedon
did. Yeah, that was like his idea. He's like, I want this.
Yeah. So then from there, I think that's when Feige was like, oh, well, let's do this now. We have these two things right here. Like, let's play with them now.
And then my second problem was the bad CG shot at the end when like Loki wakes up and they're all standing there.
Oh yeah,
it's like it's totally shot or CG, which I get, and you can't really practically do that, but it just looks bad.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mine is that that Thanos gave Loki the Mind Stone, but I mean, I don't think they really at that point we're thinking too far ahead.
No, he's probably like, here, take it. See if you can...
and then I feel like Age of Ultron came around. They're like, oh well, let's make this the Mind Stone now. I was like, might as well.
This will work.
But it does make sense though that it is the Mind Stone beforehand. I mean, he's taking over Barton. And
right,
Solvik
he's like controlling them. Yeah.
So it's only, like they almost didn't think they know what they were doing, but I feel like they didn't at this point.
They had the ideas of like, this could be cool if we really make it work, and it goes well.
I think it relied on this movie doing well, which we all know
it did very well. So now we're going to move to our favorite quotes of what we may have or have not said already. My number one is when it's like right before we meet Thor. Captain America goes, "What's the matter? Scared of a little lightning?" And Loki says, "I'm not overly fond of what follows." And you just see Thor land on the Quinjet. Another Cap one, which you kind of mentioned, but he goes, "Let's start with that stick of his. It may be magical, but it works an awful lot like a Hydra weapon." And Fury says, "I don't know about that, but it is powered by the cube, and I'd like to know how Loki used it to turn two of the sharpest men I know into his personal flying monkeys." Thor's like, "Monkeys? I don't understand." Steve Rogers, "I do." I understand that reference. Clearly talking about the Wizard of Oz.
Iron Man rolls his eyes.
Yeah, Tony's just in the back like, and then number 3 is that they figured out where Loki is, so they're going to get him. So they're walking onto the Quinjet, and a maintenance guy goes, you're not authorized to be here." And Steve Rogers goes, "Son, just don't." Like, I'm not going to deal with this right now. And then number 4 is from Nick Fury. He was telling the crew, like 40 people who run the helicarrier, to like start moving, so if they start falling, they can fall in the water.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, sir, I don't know which way to go. The navigation's down." He goes, "Is the sun coming up? Then put it on the left." Like using like basic knowledge.
Yeah. Well, they have all this technology in there.
So I don't know how a compass works. I don't know where the sun comes.
Yep. All right, mine. My first one is Tony Stark's "No hard feelings, Point Break. You've got a mean swing." Just love him using all the nicknames. Then 2 is
also, I think, what was it? He calls him Point Break, and Chris Hemsworth was in Red Dawn, which was a remake of a Patrick Swayze movie. Who was in Point Break. I think it was like the way around there.
Yeah. Then my second one is Loki, which I guess when they were filming the scene, they did not let him know when he was going to get whipped.
I love it when like directors or whoever does that, because it just adds so much.
So he's yelling at Hulk. He's like, "Enough!" He's like, "You are all beneath me." He's like, "I am a god. You are a dull creature, and I will not be bullied by it." And then like the Hulk just starts smashing him, and then like the Hulk goes, "Puny god," and I think he just makes like the
it's like the exhale.
And then my other one is Coulson walking, "Mr. Stark," and Pepper Potts like, "Phil, come in." Tony Stark's like, "Phil, his first name is Agent."
He just looks like, "How do you know his name?"
Yeah, he looks at her too even. And then I did have another one that I was thinking of. I love when the Hulk smashes through that building. And the guy's, "Are you an alien?" "What? Are you an alien?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Well then, son, you got a condition."
It's like, well, you should probably get that checked out then.
Yeah. That and how does Fury look at these things? He turns his head. That's exhausting. That man is playing Galaga, which I guess was improv, and they filmed the scene of him playing Galaga like after.
Yeah, they put it in.
Yeah.
He thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
But we did. That man is playing Galaga.
Okay. Now we're going to recast some characters, which I will start. So for Thor, I picked Brad Pitt, because there was that one picture when he's got the long flowing hair.
The mullet almost, yeah.
But I think he'd be able to do it.
All right.
Iron Man, Keanu Reeves. This was kind of a tough one, but because Iron Man, it's like hard to find someone besides RDJ. But I picked Keanu Reeves. Hawkeye, I went with Emilio Estevez or Mark Wahlberg.
Emilio from Mission Impossible.
I saw him on a list. And I'm like, oh yeah,
that would work.
And then Mark Wahlberg's just basically Jeremy Renner.
Yeah,
you can like almost
Boston version.
Yes. Jeremy Renner's from Boston too, I think.
No, I don't
he's
think
not.
so.
Well, he was in the
does a
top.
very good Boston accent.
well, he's very convincing.
He's very convincing.
For Nick Fury, I put Ving Rhames.
Bigger Nick Fury.
Oh,
and they were both in Pulp Fiction together.
yes, they were. And then for Captain America, I did Kevin Costner.
Picture in Field of Dreams or Tin Cup, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, one of them.
I could see it.
For Banner, Dennis Quaid.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the two guys where I'm like, I want to get them on this list.
I want them on the list. I like those.
And you could probably switch those two and it'd still be fine.
It'd still work, yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same person.
Exactly. Yeah. Whenever you're thinking, you're like, all right, is it Kevin Costner or Dennis Quaid? Like, which one are you thinking of? Mm-hmm. And then for Black Widow, I went with Michelle Pfeiffer. I was going to try and do a redhead just to make it a little more natural.
Yeah.
But don't need to.
No. It's just blonde hair now anyways.
Yeah.
Or white.
Exactly. Who knows?
Who knows?
It could be black hair, and they're just screwing with everybody.
Okay, so I did mine is like an 80s and 90s movies mix. So Thor, I started with the quote when I did the Point Break, so I thought Patrick Swayze would be perfect as Thor from Point Break. Then Iron Man, I went Tom Cruise, so we'd get a younger Iron Man, like a Top Gun Tom Cruise.
Ooh.
Hawkeye went with Mel Gibson, like from Mad Max. I think that would be a good fit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nick Fury, I went Kurt Russell from like Escape from New York with the eye patch. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Captain America, Harrison Ford again, because of Indiana Jones.
Yes.
He's like an American hero. He's fighting Nazis. They're the same person.
You are absolutely right. And he trained Captain America. Nope, that's Tommy Lee. Mixed them up. I mixed them up in their old age.
I kind of want Tommy Lee in this movie now. And then number 6, I'll go Black Widow first. Sigourney Weaver, like Alien. I could see her playing
absolutely.
it.
And I really
Aliens.
wanted to work your number 6 in too.
My number 6, Bruce Banner / the Hulk, would just be Denzel. I don't think he would change, though. I think he would just get angrier and be yelling.
Just have him be angry.
Because he could play like a level-headed guy, and then he could go nuts.
I do like Denzel. That's a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts.
Oh, boy. It's one of those where it's like, no matter if it's on TV and you come in and watch it, it's like, all right, I know what I'm doing for the next hour and a half or 2 hours, however long.
I feel like I always catch the Battle of New York every time.
It's always like right after the scene where they're on the bridge where like the helicarrier blows up, and after is usually where I come.
Right where I jump in at.
The entire like beginning scene, I think I've only seen in the theaters. Like, I only remember it then.
From the theaters.
Yeah.
I would say watch the deleted scenes because there are some good ones. I like the Cap at the restaurant.
I really like that whole the whole thing where
the waitress like got cut out of the movie completely.
She's still in
at the end.
Yeah,
but it would have made more sense if like there's a really good scene where Cap's eating at that restaurant and he's drawing Stark Tower. And she's like, "Oh, waiting for the big man," and he's like, "What? Iron Man? He flies by here sometimes." And he's like, "Oh no!" And then Stan Lee pops out from behind him. He's like, "Ask for a number," like yelling at him. I thought that was good.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just like focusing. Like you get the 1 or 2 shots of her in this, where it's like, okay, why are they focusing on this waitress? Like,
and then like when like Cap saves all of them, and then like gets his mask ripped off, like you see her walking by, like
right, you think
that would have been a good scene to throw in there.
Yeah,
I mean it is
because then she'd be like, "Oh my god,
yeah."
It's a 2:20 something.
Yeah, so I mean it makes sense.
Yeah,
not to throw it in, but it was really good.
It's only a preparation for the 3 hours.
Yeah. So I suggest watching. I think they have like 20 minutes worth of deleted scenes on.
I think of
YouTube.
just like the Cap stuff. There was like an extra half hour, and they said that they used some of it for Civil War as well. But even still, I would want to see more of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but any other final thoughts?
Definitely glad we can rewatch it before Endgame coming up.
Yes.
You could definitely see a lot of the, even for like Civil War and moving on after this, it's like Tony and Cap aren't really like buddy.
No.
It's like, okay, I'll work with you, but you're an ass. Like, I don't want to, but I will. You can kind of see like the beginnings of everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to ranking. We're gonna rank the Avengers movies.
Haha, I get it. So my honorable mentions are Thor Ragnarok and Winter Soldier because they pretty much had they're more than just solo movies.
Yeah, because they had additional characters. I mean, Winter Soldier's kind of cheating. I guess it only had Black Widow and Cap, but then they introduced Falcon.
Right. So there's a lot more in there.
Oh, and Fury, I guess you can count him.
Hill was pretty predominant.
Yeah.
In it.
Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter.
Yeah, and then that one also had like a bunch of villains, which was I kind of counted that. Yeah, and then
same with Ragnarok. It was basically Hulk and Thor
buddy movie.
Yeah.
Loki became a good guy. Who else is in that one? Oh, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yep. So Valkyrie.
Yeah.
You get,
so
like her
you get those are bigger.
Put it on the left. It's like, oh right, yeah, duh. Also, why is it like a ship wheel? It's like a big virtual thing. But then my number 4. So those are my 2 honorable mentions. My number 4 would be Age of Ultron. Number 3, Civil War. That's technically cheating, but it's basically an Avengers movie. Everyone's in it. Yeah.
It's cheating calling it Captain America Civil War. Could easily have been Avengers Civil War.
Or even just Civil War and been like, all right, we get another Cap movie and another Avengers movie. My number 2 would be The Avengers, so this movie. And then number 1, definitely Infinity War. Pending
Endgame.
April 25th.
Yeah, that's my list.
Which, unless the movie is not finished CG wise or just bad, it's probably going to be the new Marvel one.
Yeah, Infinity War there's so many people and they did it so well. And like the Guardians coming together with Thor and
just
Iron
everyone
Man and Spider-Man.
Like all the different groupings.
Just crazy. I'd even throw Homecoming as an honorable mention just because you get Iron Man and Spider-Man. It's close.
Honorable mention, sure.
You get Happy too.
And yeah.
It's kind of those two mixing. Whereas I feel like every other one's kind of just that hero and his sidekicks.
Yeah, and someone, There's like little side characters or like just the story guys.
All right. Looks like that's been our show. Hope you enjoyed it.
You can follow us on social media and our website, timandtonytalk.com. And remember, share this with your friends.
And make sure to join us next week for the Mild Manner movie review when we discuss Avengers Age of Ultron.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
And I'm Tony, and we are the Dynamic Duo.
Good night.
Are you not entertained?